Hello students, welcome to chemistry classes. Today we are going to discuss one lesson from the inorganic chemistry, that is the p block elements. So we know that the elements are classified into four important blocks, especially S block elements, P block elements, D block elements and F block elements. So far we discussed the S block elements and their characteristic properties. So in this class we are going to discuss the P block elements. So the general characteristics of the P block elements. The elements belongs to group number 13 to group number 18 are called P block elements. Group number 13 to group number 18 are called P block elements. So these elements having NS2, NP1 to 6 general electronic configuration. General electronic configuration of these elements are NS2, NP1 to 6 except helium, because helium consists of only 2 electrons, its electronic configuration is 1s2. And the group number 13 is called boron family. Boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. So the boron family, carbon family, nitrogen family, oxygen family, halogen family and noble gases. The group number 18 is called noble gases or inert gases or zero group elements. Zero group elements or rare gases. Noble gases or inert gases or zero group elements. So group number 17 is called halogen family. Halogen family. Halogens. This is called chalcogens. Chalcogens family. Chalcogens. Oxygen family is otherwise known as chalcogens. Nitrogen family is otherwise known as pnictogens. Okay. So this p block elements, the electrons gradually enter into the p orbitals. P orbitals. For example, boron, atomic number 5, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. The electrons enter into 2p1. Carbon, atomic number 6, similarly 1s2, 2s2, 2p2 electronic configuration. So the electrons enter up to p6 in noble gases. So the noble gases shows NS2, NP6 stable electronic configuration. The first element of each group of P block elements somewhat differ from rest of the family members. Because these elements show smaller size and high electronegativity values. And some important characteristic properties of this P block elements. The P block elements consist of metals, non-metals and semi-metals. Metals, non-metals and semi-metals. So the first family is called boron family, and this fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth, stibbium, bismuth. Carbon, silica. So this group number 14 consists of carbon, silica, germanium, stannum and plumbum. Tin, lead, stannum, plumbum. Group number 13 consists of the boron family, boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. Similarly, the last group, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. So these are the elements present in the P block elements. And the last seventh period of the elements of the periodic table, this P block elements also discovered. For example, this or radon. The next one is oganesson, and some other elements are present in the 7th period of the periodic table. So that all the elements are radioactive in nature and their properties are not mostly discovered. Therefore, we are considering this type of elements. So you must know, or you must thoroughly know, what are the elements present in each group of the periodic table, 13 group. In the examination point of view, if you are asked the question like this, which of the following element not belongs to group number 13, or this element gallium or germanium belongs to which group and which period. So such type of questions may ask in the examination. So now the general characteristic properties, the first one is oxidation state. The oxidation state of the p block elements, the general electronic configuration, you look at the general electronic configuration ns2 np1 to 6, and also this is oxidation state is always depends upon number of electron present in the valence shell of the atoms. The maximum of this oxidation state exhibited by this compound, which are numerically equal to the total number of valence electrons, that is sum of the s and p block elements, or group number minus 10. Group number, simply say group number minus 10. Minus 10. The boron family, boron belongs to group number 13. 13 minus 10, that is equal to 3. The maximum oxidation state exhibited by this boron family is 3. This also indicates that the total number of valence electron present in both the s orbital and the p orbital. The summation of s orbital and the p orbital, that is 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. So, but this as we move down the group, the oxidation states also varying, because as we move down the group, the s electrons, all these elements having 2 electrons present in the s orbital. This s electron does not involve the covalent bond formation. In most of the cases, as we move down the group, the s orbital containing 2 electron not involve the covalent bond formation. So this characteristic property is called inert pair effect. Inert pair effect. So pair is 2 electrons, inert, chemically inert, that is not involved in the covalent bond formation, that is called inert pair effect. The trend of occurrence of oxidation state 2 units less than the group oxidation state is called inert pair effect, and becomes more and more prominent as we move down the group. So simply say, or in the understandable words, I would like to explain what is inert pair effect. The 2 electrons present in the s orbital not involve the covalent bond formation. This tendency or the prominent nature increases down the group. So this is the first characteristic property. So boron, so in this topic we discuss both the boron family and as well as carbon family. The boron family, the general electronic configuration, ns2 np1, the boron source plus 1 oxidation state, boron source plus 1 as well as plus 2 or plus 3. Among this, the plus 3 is the stable oxidation state of boron. Boron source plus 3 in their oxidation state. Boron, aluminum also shows plus 3 oxidation state. Aluminum, boron and aluminum source plus 3 as the stable oxidation state. Gallium and indium. Gallium and indium also shows plus 3. So boron, aluminum, gallium and indium shows plus 3 oxidation state. Thallium shows only plus 1 oxidation state. That means boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, all the s orbital containing 2 electrons and p orbital containing 1 electron participate the covalent bond. But in the case of thallium, only the p orbital containing electrons participate in covalent bond. That is the inert pair effect. The next is metallic and non-metallic character. Metallic and non-metallic character. The p block elements shows metallic character, some elements shows metallic character, some elements shows non-metallic character, some elements shows both metallic as well as non-metallic character. The non-metallic character increases along the period and decreases down the group. First point, non-metallic character. Non-metallic character increases from left to right or in the period. As we move boron to neon, non-metallic character decreases. Moving boron to thallium, the metallic character, or as we move down the group, metallic character increases. In the fact, the heaviest element in each p block group is most metallic in nature. Therefore, the elements with the most metallic character are located mostly in the lower left side of the periodic table. The lower left side of the periodic table are associated with the most metallic elements. And the less metallic or non-metallic elements are present in the right part of the periodic tables. So, some elements shows both metallic as well as non-metallic character. They are commonly said to be metalloids, especially there is boron, silica, germanium, arsenic, gallium. These are the elements shows both the metallic character as well as non-metallic character. Boron, aluminium, silica. This arsenic, antimony, tellurium, polonium, astatine. So, this metallic character as well as, so this element shows both metallic character as well as non-metallic character. The oxides of non-metals are acidic or neutral in nature. The oxides of metals are mostly basic in nature. The oxides of metalloids are amphoteric in nature. So, we know that the metals shows high electropositive nature, and low ionization energy. Non-metals shows high ionization energy or electronegativity, and low electropositive nature. The non-metals are readily forms anions, while metals are readily form cations. Non-metals are readily form anions, and metals are readily form anions. And similarly, the oxides, the electropositive metals the oxides are more basic in nature, and the more electronegative the non-metals. The non-metals are less electronegative, less electropositive, and therefore the oxides are acidic in nature. The metalloids shows the oxides of metalloids are amphoteric in nature because it shows both the oxides are acidic as well as basic in nature. So, variation in physical properties. How this properties varies in the group and the period. Normally, electronegativity, ionization, enthalpy, and oxidizing property increases along the period. This is the first point. The electronegativity, ionization, enthalpy, and oxidizing property increases as we move left to right in the periodic table. And similar way, the properties, all the properties are decreases as we move down the group. So, the three properties, that is electronegativity, ionization enthalpy and oxidizing property decreases as we move down the groups. And covalent radius, van der Waals forces, metallic character. Covalent radius, van der Waals forces and metallic radius are the three properties increases down the group. Increases down the group. The same properties decreases as we move left to right. And the electronegative, I already told you, covalent radius, van der Waals radius, electrons, enthalpy of atomization. So, these are the variable properties, left to right and top to bottom. Simply say the left to right ionization enthalpy, electronegativity and oxidizing property increases, top to bottom decreases. Covalent radius, van der Waals radius and this oxidizing power. This properties, so this oxidizing power, not oxidizing power, the previously mentioned properties are increases down the group, decreases left to right. So, the difference in behavior of first element of each group. So, I already told you the first element of each members, each period, each group, especially boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and this fluorine entirely differ in rest of the family members because of their smaller size of an atom and its ion. Smaller size of an atom and its ion. High electronegativity and absence of d orbital in their valence cell. Absence of d orbital in the valence cell. So, the first elements are entirely differ from the rest of the family members. And covalence up to 4. How to make this covalence up to 4? The first member of each group belongs to the second period elements and have only 4 valence orbitals. The first, this is the second period of the periodic table and this mostly consists of 4 orbitals. These elements does not having any d orbitals. But in the case of the fourth period consists of the d orbitals. So, these compounds or these elements are more reactive than the previous period elements. And the porous orbitals, the electrons are enter into the valence porous orbital and 3d orbital, then the electrons are enter into in the bottom of the elements present in the bottom of the p block elements, f electron also filled. So, the inner cell electrons entering the elements are screened from the, or these valence electrons are screened from the nucleus. So, the boron forms only BF4 minus the coordinate compounds, whereas aluminum form AlF6 minus the coordination number 6. Carbon forms the tetrahalides, CF4, CCl4 etc. Whereas other elements can forming hexahalides, sulfur hexafluoride and silicon hexachloride. Nitrogen form only trifluoride NF3 up to octet, while phosphorus form pentahalides, phosphorus pentafluoride, phosphorus pentachloride etc. Fluorine does not form FCl3, that is the interhalogen compound, it does not form. With chlorine it forms ClF3. ClF3 is the compound formed. So, this is the covalence up to 4. Then the reactivity. Due to the availability of d orbitals, I already told you d orbital in the fourth period. So, this is second period, third period, this is a fourth period, fifth period and sixth period. These elements mostly consist of d orbitals which are highly reactive than the elements in the second period and the third period of the periodic table. So these compounds are these compounds tetrahalides of carbon are not hydrolyzed by water, whereas tetrahalides of other elements of group 14 are readily hydrolyzed. The hydrolysis involves the nucleophilic attack of water molecules. That's a reactivity and tendency to form multiple bonds. So we know that carbon poses greater tendency to form carbon-carbon double bond, carbon-carbon triple bond. Oxygen form oxygen-oxygen double bond. Nitrogen form nitrogen-nitrogen triple bond. So some of the elements possess greater tendency to form the multiple bonds: carbon-carbon double bond, carbon-carbon triple bond, oxygen-oxygen double bond, nitrogen-oxygen triple bonds. So these are the tendency of the elements. Why these elements form this multiple bonds? Because of this smaller size and availability of d orbital, availability of d orbital, combined effect of smaller size and this availability of d orbitals in these elements, they each group shows greater tendency to form p pi and p pi multiple bonds. So the other members of the group does not have the tendency to form pi bonding, and heavier elements do form pi bonding, but they involve d orbital and form d pi p pi or d pi p pi bonds in their compounds. And the first member of the group number 13 is diagonally related with the group number 14 of silicon. This boron and silicon shows the diagonal relationship. So this part we are discuss some of the general characteristic properties of the p block elements, general characteristic properties of p block elements. So I conclude this topic by once again discuss some parts or review of this video. Group number 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. The 18 are called zero group elements. The electrons enter into the p orbitals gradually. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you may ask. Thank you.